Good afternoon and thank you for coming. A few days ago, Pakistan was hit with floods that, according to the United Nations, is the worst hit in the last 80 years. There is in the last 80 years since Pakistan has faced any floods like this, 14 million people have been affected since the unusually heavy rain began 11 days ago, with at least 6 million people urgently in need of aid. 4 million people have been either evacuated, have seen their homes washed away by the fast flooding waters in Khyber, Punjab, Balochistan, and Gilgit-Baltistan provinces. 2,500 villages have already been flooded in the region, but we do not have enough tents for 4 million people. Flood-affected populations also need food, clean water, and medicines to prevent and treat waterborne, insect-borne diseases such as diarrhea, malaria, cholera, and the common during these floods. The floods, as a result of the torrential rains, which began on July the 22nd, have washed away roads, destroyed homes and businesses, killed over 1,600 people, and affected 13.8 million people. Approximately 5 million people are children. It estimates that 4 million homes have been destroyed. These numbers are worse than the total numbers of victims of the 2004 Boxing Day tsunami, the 2005 earthquake in Pakistan, and the recent earthquake in Haiti. And my question to Mr. Harper is, what are we waiting for? Why are we only donating $2 million to Pakistan? I'm asking the government to immediately have $15 million in relief efforts, match dollar for dollar, which the community and government NGOs, approved NGOs, raise until the 30th of September. The Canadian International Development Agency must engage and work with leaders of the Pakistani-Canadian community to assist in the delivery of aid to the flood victims. Immediately offer the DART team to Pakistani government to help with medical needs and to provide safe, clean drinking water. The Citizenship and Immigration Canada should expedite family class sponsorship cases in the affected areas that are in the process. Citizenship and Immigration should also expedite new family class sponsorship applications for immediate family class, such as spouses, parents, and siblings. Citizenship and Immigration should also issue visitor visas to people in the affected areas that have family in Canada in order for them to be able to come to Canada. We must not do any less. In the 2004-2005, we had conservative members jumping up and down and said that the government was not doing enough. The government in that day instituted a protocol, and the government of Mr. Harper is knee-jerking every time that there is an earthquake or a flood or a natural disaster, and we need to know basis. When Haiti struck, we were here, we did everything that we could for Haiti. Why not now for the people of Pakistan? Why not now for the region that needs us the most? The Pakistani Canadians are looking to their government for answers. They have not received any answers, and they're going on to do things on their own. There is community fundraising events that are lined up in Toronto. The Pakistan government has issued instructions to the PIA, Pakistan International Airlines, to receive any goods and forward them there. There's people right now that have warehouses and people are collecting goods, water, and everything else. NGOs, for example, Global Medic deployed a team yesterday. Where is Canada? Why are we silent? Mr. Harper, why are you not in the forefront as you were with Haiti? Thank you. If you've got any questions, glad to take them.
Why do you think, when you ask the question, what is the Harper government waiting for? Why do you think they're waiting?
I think Mr. Harper is probably playing a seek and hide and seek game. I don't think that there's enough votes in one particular constituency that they can get. When Haiti struck and they moved immediately, there was a lot of votes to be gained in Montreal, in the areas where there's a lot of Haitians. There's not one riding that has a large of Pakistani Canadian votes, and probably this is not what they're acting. But this is more just than votes getting. This is actually responding to an international calamity that has happened, to a calamity that's far worse than anything that I can remember in the last few decades. So we have to move, and we have to move quickly.
Are you confident that the government has these resources that you're proposing?
Sure they do. And the DART team is there. It hasn't moved. $15 million. I mean, we're spending money like drunken sailors and other issues. Why not dedicate these resources to the people that are in need? Why not match dollar for dollar? I mean, we did it for other areas. We did it for China. We did it for Burma. We did it for China after they got kicking and screaming. We did it for Burma after they were kicking and screaming. Why are not doing it for Pakistan? I mean, there's got to be a protocol in place that something that happens and affects a community in a large number, this should be there, this should be ready, and we should not be asking for it time and time again. It was set in place in 2005, 2004. I don't see why every time we got to decide if we're going to institute the protocol or not. It's simple, it's straightforward. You know, it should be